They said it couldn't be done, but the Sixers did it. They defeated the Boston Celtics in Game 7 on the road at TD Garden. You have found the Cheesesteaks and Takes podcast episode. My name is Colby Marshall. I am coming to you guys solo. My dad was out the house. He said he didn't see a minute of the game. I don't believe it for 1 second. I know 12-year-old Troy Marshall was twisting and turning. I know Noah Butler was saying, come on, Joel. I know Chuck Butler was saying, Kelly, give me one more defensive stop. Give me one more rebound. I know Zach was talking about Embiid's defense. I know we were tapped in. First time in 44 years, the Sixers beat the Celtics in a playoff series. Oh my goodness. What a basketball game. First and foremost, just as a pure spectator, listen, I have a lot of New York Knicks fans. I'm not even thinking about the Knicks right now. I don't have the brain space to think about Karl Anthony Towns, Jalen, whatever that matchup looks like. But I have a lot of Knicks fans I was talking to during that game, and what a game it was for them to watch. If you're a basketball fan, if you're a fan of any other team outside of the Sixers and Celtics, what a basketball game that was. What a basketball game that was. They really tried to do it to us too, Sixers fans. They really tried in that fourth quarter. It felt like it was the many collapses we've seen from a Sixers team just about to happen again, but it didn't. It did not happen again. Joel Embiid, clutch shot after clutch play. Tyrese Maxey, the closer. VJ Edgecombe. You know, my dad said something interesting. He said that he didn't think Paul George was going to be able to replicate what he's done in this series in Game 7. He thought that the mileage was going to get to him in this game, and I don't know if it did, but his point was that somebody else needed to step up, and VJ Edgecombe stepped up. VJ Edgecombe was that guy that stepped up, and we're going to get to him. I'm going to get to him in a minute, but I want to talk about the opening first quarter and how, if you're looking at the stats, first, before I get to the first quarter, if you were to tell me that Boston would have won the offensive rebound battle 10-3, they would have hit more threes and committed fewer turnovers, I would have said that, yeah, they're going to win that basketball game. But the Sixers won. They found a way to win. They found a way to get it done. And a huge reason why is because of their start in that first quarter. I mean, BJ hit his first three-point shot at the 9:22 mark. Boston didn't have a single point. Boston's first 5 possessions ended in either a turnover or a missed shot. And so what we've seen in Game 5 and Game 6 and now in Game 7 was the defense, the willingness to rebound, the want to go out and box your guy out and go out and just get the rebound, keep Boston off the offensive glass. That's what we saw right out the gate from the Sixers. That's what you wanted to see. And especially with Tatum out, Boston starting 5. What an odd decision by Joe Mazzulla to put out Ron Harper, Baylor Shireman, Luka Garza, along with Jaylen Brown and Jaylen Brown and Derek White. What an odd starting 5. And he couldn't stick with those guys for too long. Ron Harper only played 4 minutes. Shireman did play 22, but didn't score at all in the game. And you thought, when you saw that lineup before the game, you figured Boston was going to come out and just try to hit as many threes as possible, try to shoot the lights out, shoot the Sixers out of the game. And the Sixers made sure they didn't do that by bringing the same defensive intensity that they brought in all their wins in Game 2, in Game 5, in Game 6, and in Game 7. They brought that same defensive intensity and energy. And it started with Boston missing their first 3 shots and committing 2 turnovers, all in those first 5 possessions. VJ, before that first 3 in the first quarter, he was 4 of 16 from 3 before his make. That was huge to get him going early. That was humongous, a humongous start for VJ, because he did finish with 5 threes in the game. He finished with 23 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, and was the third. He played third fiddle, the third option to Maxey and Embiid tonight. He was awesome. He was awesome on both ends of the court, too, holding his own on defense against Jaylen Brown time after time. And Joel Embiid, the process. Trust the process. Out of the gate, in game 6, we saw it. First possession, jumper, mid-range, Joel Embiid. We saw it again in game 7. Started strong. That's what you got to see out of the big fellas. Start strong. Don't take it easy on these guys. They can't guard you. And the Sixers, they didn't try to overcomplicate the situation. They knew Boston had no answer for Joel Embiid. All series, in any game that he played, they had no answer for him. No answer. He got whatever he wanted against whoever was out there. And everything ran through him tonight. I mean, 34 points, 12 rebounds, 6 assists. Unbelievable performance. Unbelievable performance. And then, I mean, Embiid, when Boston, I'm going to skip to the fourth quarter to talk about Embiid. When Boston made that run and it was a 1-point game, I mean, he hits that 3, and it's just like, you can't say this guy is not clutch. You cannot say this guy is not a big-time performer when it counts, because time after time he's proven that he is, and he's just, unfortunately, he's been injured and just hasn't been able to show that. And that 3, he hit clutch shots all game, clutch free throws to put us up 3, that clutch 3 to put us up 4. He is so clutch. He is so clutch. Sam Hinkie tweeting that meme. I don't know if you haven't seen it, go on Twitter and just search Sam Hinkie, and you'll have a good time laughing at what he tweeted. Priceless gif, just congratulating the Sixers, because none of this would have happened if not for his genius from years ago, starting the process error, getting us all those draft picks and all those assets so that we have guys like Tyrese Maxey out here, VJ Edgecombe. We have the cap space to go and get Paul George and obviously Joel Embiid. Oh my gosh, I don't even know where I'm going with this right now, but we're going to keep going. Fourth quarter, the Sixers had a double-digit lead going into that quarter. Well, let me get to the second quarter, because I talked about the first, right? Sixers got off to a great start and kept it going in the second quarter. Boston, obviously, you knew they were going to make a run, and they did. Towards the end of the first, they did. And continued it, got the lead down to 5 by halftime. And it's just like, okay, we're in a dogfight. We're here. Got to weather the storm. Derek White, shout out Derek White. What a baller. He shot 5 of 16 from 3 in this game, but obviously had it going and almost single-handedly brought them back to win this game. You just knew he was going to get going eventually. You can't keep somebody like him quiet for too long. And he still shot not well, 5 of 16, 9 of 26 from the field. But what a baller. He had that big stop on Embiid too late in the game. And he was a big reason they had that push in the second quarter to get back into the game. And yeah, the Sixers went up 5 at halftime. And it was just like, they're just going to have to gut this one out. They're going to have to gut this one out. And I love how they came out in the third quarter. They put their foot right back on the gas pedal. Went up again by double digits. It went up by as many as 18 points after that VJ3 to put them up 18, and then Boston called that timeout. At that point, you didn't think the game was over, but it's like we have them. We have them in a place we've never had them before. Like, we've seen the Sixers go up 3-2 on the Celtics and have, a lead, a 5-6 point lead in the fourth quarter. Think about that year with Harden and Embiid and Maxey when they went up 3-2, but up that many points, I haven't seen that. We had them. And I think a part of me felt like the Sixers thought they had it in the bag too, and that kind of came back to bite them when Boston came roaring back and started the fourth quarter. Like, Sam Hauser hits that 3, cuts the deficit to 7 or so, and that technical foul, oh my gosh, that was such a BS call. What a BS call that was. Like, first of all, Jaylen Brown was driving to the basket, and Jaylen Brown, phenomenal game. I don't know how half of his shots went in. He hit some tough jumpers over our defenders. We played great defense on him. He had better offense tonight. But that drive he made when they blew the whistle to call the foul, and he went up and, went up for the layup. Joel Embiid contested it. That could have been continuation. How is that a hostile act? First of all, it could have been continuation, right? Then you call it a hostile act. He didn't follow through. He didn't hit him in the head. He didn't push him at the end. What was hostile about that? I did not understand that foul call at all. And I thought the refs did okay. I thought the refs called the game pretty evenly. But that call was BS. That call was some BS. And right after that free throw, Boston gets an and one. And it's like, from that point on, I think that was at like the 7-minute mark in the fourth quarter, it was tit for tat. Back and forth, nail-biting possessions. It was 4-point game, 1-point game, 3-point game, 1-point game. Boston must have had 3 or 4 3-point attempts wide open, down by 1, and they just didn't fall. Pritchard had 1, Jaylen Brown had 1, Derek White had 1. Maybe it was Hauser who had another. And it was the stuff that we've seen in the past. Sixers not getting offensive rebounds. They even overhelped on one occasion. I think it was Maxey who overhelped a little bit. And they were doing such a good job these past 3 games of not overhelping. And I was just like, you're going to overhelp now? Oh, but they dodged those bullets. Pritchard couldn't get one from the corner. I think Derek White had like a one where he pump faked and regathered it. I'm like, oh, he's in rhythm. He's definitely hitting. Nope. Some of them went in and out. The basketball gods, they were on our side tonight. Tyrese Maxey finished with 30 points, 11 rebounds. Dude, this kid on the glass lately, I am so proud of this kid. Like, he took it upon himself, recognizing the Sixers were getting demolished like they have all season long on the glass, and said, I'm gonna take this part of the game by the horns. I'm gonna crash the glass as the lead guard, as the point guard, as one of the smallest guys on the court. My dad said it too. I was watching one of the games with him, and he was like, Maxey's gonna have to be the guy that crashes the glass and that gets these boards. He's gonna have to be it. And his hustle, his will to go and get those balls, man, huge. And I did not think he had enough gas in the tank to finish the series like he did in these last 2 games. I did not think he had enough. I thought he was exhausted. And it could have been he found his second win late in this series, because in the beginning of the series, first and second quarter, he was like gassed, absolutely gassed. Maybe he was. Maybe he caught a second win. I mean, oh my gosh. Wow. What a performance by Maxey. He had 6 assists, I think, through the first quarter. I mean, the offense was just flowing. I think they had 24 as a team. Maxey at the lead with that. I finished with about 7. Oh my gosh. His that point in the fourth quarter when they had that 1-point lead, Joel Embiid got banged up in the knee. It was like, Maxey, it's got to be you. I said it. I was like, Maxey, it has to be you. And shout out his work ethic on his 3-point game, because that's what opened up those 2 drives. Derek White and Keita were so concerned with him pulling up for 3, like he has time after time after time in the series, that they overcommitted to contesting those shots. Maxey, all he had to do was get to a spot, act like he was going to shoot, blow by Keita, reverse layup. Pump fake on the next possession. Derek White goes flying. He gets a 1-2 going with Kelly. Kelly gives it back. He gets around the corner, blows by Keita again. Easy layup. I mean, the work he's put in on shooting threes off the dribble, off of screens, and the success that he's had with it, that opened up that opportunity for him to showcase his speed and finishing ability and close that game out. Obviously, we're not getting here. We're not going anywhere without Tyrese Maxey, and it was only fitting that he finished that game for us. It was only fitting that he was the one who closed that game for us. It needed to be him. Joel Embiid was not going to be able to do it that entire fourth quarter. He was not going to be able to do it that entire fourth quarter. And speaking of Joel Embiid not being able to do it, they did quiet him in the beginning of the fourth quarter, I think towards the end, with that zone defense that they went to, Boston. I'm confused. I don't know if anybody in the chat commenting, can you tell me why Boston stopped playing that zone defense, they like we didn't. It seemed like we didn't have an answer for it. We didn't. We MB couldn't do anything. It made it a lot harder for him to get to the low post and to even when he tried to turn around and shoot a fadeaway jumper, Derek White was there and stripped him. But then they went away from it. I think a timeout happened and they came out of the timeout and went right back to man. I know that Kelly had a nice play against the zone where he flashed down the middle of the lane. Maybe that scared Missoula a little bit. I don't know. But I don't know why they went away from that zone. That zone was giving them real issues. And yeah, MB, Jaylen Brown, sorry, you can't guard that guy. You can't guard that guy. And that back and forth, oh man, that was great. That was great. That's what you want to see. Sixers, Celtics, the shit talking, the rivalry. These guys should not like each other on the court. And yeah, they shook hands after the game, blah, blah, blah. But on the court, I love that they were going at it. I love that they were going back and forth. And the refs were letting it happen. Credit the refs for letting that go. Jaylen Brown, shout out. He had a good block on Embiid on in that fourth. There was one hook shot. Oh my gosh, we were up one and he just shorthanded it. I don't know what happened there. Maybe it was just tired legs. But at that point, I was like, yeah, like Maxey is probably gonna have to close this game. Wow, what a game! I can't think about the Knicks, guys. I can't think about the Knicks right now. I can't think about the Knicks. But the Sixers, they have to. They don't have time to celebrate this game. They got to play again on Monday at MSG. And that's going to be crazy. Because they beat Boston. They did it. They beat the Celtics. And I don't want to hear, oh, Jason Tatum wasn't playing. I don't want to hear that. I really, really don't want to hear that because they were a formidable team all season long without Jason Tatum. They were the second seed in the East, albeit a weaker conference, much weaker conference than the West, without Jason Tatum. They were a better basketball team than the Sixers all year long without Jason Tatum. And still probably should have won this game. But the Sixers, they beat them. They beat them. They beat them. And I would have loved to beat Boston at their 100%. Like, you don't want to see Jason Tatum get injured. He's one of the best players in the game, arguably the best player on the Celtics. You want to beat Boston at 100%. But I don't feel like any less happy because they beat Boston without Jason Tatum. Like, the Celtics were still, like I said, the better team all year long. They still had like the better game plans as far as their ability to shoot threes and get guys open. Like, nothing really changed for them without Tatum. They're still going to play the same way. Obviously, they lose a lot of offense with him, but I don't feel any less happy. And Sixers fans shouldn't feel any less happy that they beat the Celtics without Tatum. Man, and then VJ Edgecombe. Let's talk about VJ, the rookie. For a rookie to come in to this season and do what he did all year long. Absolutely, like he is gonna, in his first year, he's gonna go down as a Sixers legend. He's gonna go down as a Sixers legend for helping this team do this. The year started in the TD Garden for VJ. And it's just crazy that he's here now in game 7, dropping 23. Oh my gosh, like 23 points, 5 of 11 from 3 for a 20-year-old kid in his first season. So special. Moment never too big for VJ. All year long, he was arguably your most clutch player all season long. And that 3-point shot he hit to put us up 4 in the fourth, bang. He hit the timeliness of his threes. Paul George, too. He had some timely shots all series long. And we don't win this series without Paul George. I know he didn't have a great game tonight, only 13 points. But they do not win this series without the two-way effectiveness of Paul George. But yeah, VJ, what a rookie. What a rookie. What a rookie. It's crazy that the Sixers barely get anything from their bench. 3 points from Quentin Grimes compared to Boston, who got, what, 40 points from their bench? Oh, my goodness. I cannot wait to hear what these Celtics fans have to say. Oh, Locked On Celtics podcast. I'm tuning in tomorrow morning. John Valanciunas. Oh, man, I'm tuning in. I am tuning in. Sixers win Game 7. Knicks on Monday. We're going to get you guys a preview of that series. Maybe tomorrow we'll get that out. But let's enjoy this one, Philly. Let's enjoy beating the Celtics on their home court for the first time to win a playoff series. Oh, it does not get any better than that. Sucks that it's the first round and that they still got to get out the second round. But like I said, we don't have to think about that right now. They do. They got to think about the Knicks, but we definitely don't have to think about that right now. Wow. Yeah, like oh man. So cool to see Embiid after the game with his son, Maxey, hugging the media members, hugging his mom. That was awesome. Right after Maxey did his post-game interview, he's walking off the court, his mom sprinting and just gives him a huge hug. Just wraps her arms all around him. Oh my gosh, this is what it means. Like, she understood what it means. The fans know what it means. Like, they weren't supposed to win this series. They've never beaten these guys. Maxey's never beaten these guys. Embiid's never beaten these guys. So that was so cool to see that she understood what it meant, and everybody understands what this means. Oh man, this is the cheesesteaks and takes. I can't even talk right now. It's almost midnight, guys. I'm gonna sign off for this. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, follow us on social media. Oh man, stay tuned for more content. We're gonna be previewing the Knicks Sixers series, recapping all the games as well. Can't wait to hear what my father, my Uncle Chuck, Noah, Zach, what they have to say about this series, this Game 7. Did I miss anything? What else? Paul George, D'ing up Jaylen Brown, Justin Edwards. Justin Edwards scared the crap out of me. Oh my gosh. Those Justin Edwards minutes were horrible. And he wasn't horrible, but it seemed like he wasn't ready. And you knew, listen, if you're not ready in a Game 7, you got a short leash. If you step on that court and you look like you're not ready, I don't blame Nick Nurse for not playing him. Quentin Grimes, he wasn't scoring, but his defense, his rebounding, he had 6 rebounds. 6 rebounds. It was a +1. 4 assists. He was a great player for us in the series. Great player, even when he wasn't scoring. And I know I was hard on Morey on the Sixers for trading Jerry McCain. I would have loved to have a guy like McCain off the bench. I'm sure he would have. I know he would have helped a lot in a series like this, but he doesn't offer the defense and the rebounding that Grimes does. And, that would have been an issue at times to keep him on the court, but Grimes didn't have an issue staying on the court, even when his shot wasn't falling, because of how effective he was on that other end of the floor. Wow. I mean, the minutes are crazy in this game. Joel Embiid played 40, Paul George 42, Maxey 45, VJ 44. For Embiid to play those amount of minutes, and that even before the 3, he gets Maxey falls on his knee, and you're thinking, he might be done for this game. What does he do? Catches the ball at the top of the key, bang. 3-pointer to go up 4, and he's quieting the crowd down. I'm like, Joe, not yet, Joe. It's not over yet. Don't do this. He was talking so much shit. You knew he wanted this. Now I'm glad he was, even though Lucas says, everyone want to act tough when they up. He was definitely acting tough while they were up, but he backed it up. When the going got rough and the game got tight, he came through. He came through in the clutch. Man, what a performance. I cannot wait to watch. I might have to watch this entire series back. I know I will watch this entire series back. Outside of maybe even the games we lost, it's like, oh wow, Boston thought they had us. They thought they had us. Nope. Vucevic didn't play. Kind of surprised by that, but not too much. He looking pretty bad. Wow. Wow. I want to hear what you guys have to say. Thank you guys for whoever's tuning in. You're a real one. We should catch a Sixers-Knicks game together because it's almost midnight. It's going on Sunday now, but man, I got to get to bed, guys. I got to go to church in the morning. This is the Cheesesteaks and Takes podcast show. Like, subscribe, follow us on Instagram. Stay tuned for more content. Follow us on YouTube. Let us know what you think. Rate us 5 stars if you believe we deserve it. And we can't wait to get back to you with preview of Knicks Sixers in the second round of the Eastern Conference playoffs and recapping game 1. Hope you guys have a great Saturday night. Trust